I didn't realize something was wrong until the mirror started showing things that weren't happening in my room, but behind my back. Not reflections, events, conversations, people, secrets, and one face that changed everything for me. Before I begin, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss stories like this. My name is Amelia Ward, and this happened 3 months ago. I had recently moved into a small apartment after ending a difficult phase of my life. The place wasn't fancy, but it felt quiet and safe, at least at first. The bathroom mirror was the only odd thing. It looked newer than the rest of the apartment, like it didn't belong there. The frame was a deep silver, almost metallic, and it was heavier than any mirror its size should be. I thought the landlord just installed it recently, so I didn't question it. The first strange moment happened one evening as I brushed my hair. I leaned closer to check something on my cheek, just a tiny mark, but as I moved, the reflection behind me moved differently. I froze. In the mirror, the hallway lights were dim, even though the real hallway behind me was brightly lit. And in that dim hallway, a shadow walked past, slowly, right behind my reflection. I spun around. Nothing. Bright light, empty hallway. I laughed nervously, telling myself I was overtired. But later, when I came out of the shower, the mirror showed my living room and someone sitting on my couch. A woman, head down, shoulders shaking as if crying. I blinked so hard my eyes hurt. When I stepped closer, the mirror changed back to normal again. That time, I didn't laugh. Over the next week, the mirror would show strange scenes, places I didn't recognize, people I didn't know, but the worst came when it started showing people I did know. It began with my coworker Jenna. In the mirror, she was at our office, speaking to our boss. They weren't talking about work. They were talking about me. And they were planning something. Something that involved getting me removed from a project I'd worked extremely hard on. My chest tightened. Was it real? Was the mirror showing the truth? Or was I losing my mind? I wasn't sure until the next day at work when Jenna pulled me aside. "Amelia, the boss wants to give your project to someone else. It's nothing personal." I stared at her. The same tone, the same words, exactly as the mirror had shown. That's when fear turned into something else. Determination. The mirror wasn't broken. It wasn't cursed. It was revealing hidden things, things happening behind my back in places I couldn't see. And I began using it. I tested it with small things, asking a neighbor if they'd seen someone suspicious. The mirror would show them talking later, proving whether they lied or not. I saw arguments happening behind closed doors, deals being made quietly, and people pretending to be friendly while planning against others. The mirror showed truth, the kind people hide. But the real turning point came when I saw my landlord. In the reflection, he stood outside my apartment door, talking on the phone. The mirror picked up his words crystal clear. "Yeah, her file is almost ready. Once she's out, the new tenant can move in. Higher rent, she won't even see it coming." I felt heat rising in my chest. He wanted me gone, not because I'd done anything wrong, but because he could get more money from someone else. The mirror had heard everything, and I knew exactly what I had to do. I recorded everything the mirror showed, filming it almost every night. I collected every conversation, every shady plan, every piece of proof. I made sure I had a clean timeline and clear audio. One evening, the mirror showed something even darker. My landlord was discussing ways he could pressure me into breaking the lease. That was the moment I realized he wasn't just greedy, he was manipulative, and he thought I was helpless. But I had something he didn't, a silent witness that saw everything. I compiled all the recordings, backed them up, and then contacted a legal advisor who specialized in tenant protection. When I explained I had evidence of planned harassment, she looked doubtful. Until I showed her the videos. She watched for 10 minutes and then said, "Prepare for a long meeting. We have a strong case." The next morning, my landlord received a formal notice, the kind that makes people suddenly very polite. 2 days later, the mirror changed again. This time, it showed my living room, but a man was standing there, a man I had never seen before. He wasn't threatening, he wasn't hiding, he just stood there, looking straight at my reflection, like he knew I was watching. My stomach tightened with that same strange fear as the first day. He lifted his hand and placed something on my table in the reflection, an envelope. I ran to the living room. My table was empty. But when I looked back at the mirror, the envelope was still there. I touched the glass, and the envelope in the reflection slid slightly, as if reacting to my touch. That's when I understood. The mirror wasn't just showing events behind my back. It was warning me, helping me, protecting me. And maybe someone on the other side was trying to reach me. That night, I packed my things, not out of fear, but out of instinct. I felt the mirror pushing me toward a future I didn't understand yet. Before leaving, I whispered, "Thank you," even though I wasn't sure who or what could hear me. But sometimes in the quiet of the night, I still feel someone watching over me. Not in a frightening way, but like a guardian. Someone who replaced my mirror for a reason.